guys, my name is Super Atlas and welcome to Say Hello Internet, a new series in which I'll be talking to people from all across the internet who are experienced in different aspects of the creative industry. From cosplay to streaming to acting and art. And today we are talking about acting, how to get into it, how to keep going when you've hit a wall, just trying to get positivity and advice for those starting out or who are interested in pursuing an acting career. Today I am joined by a Canadian star of the stage who has 10 years worth of experience. You may know him better as Jerry from Detroit Become Human. Say hello, internet, to Kristopher Bosch. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi. Is it okay if I call you Chris, by the way? Is Chris okay?
Yeah,
You prefer Kristopher? Chris? Awesome.
No, Chris. Yeah.
Chris good? Chris good. Good. So yeah, you're an actor, obviously, but you're kind of an actor in all sense of the word because you've done TV, you've done movies, you've done stage, you did mocap and voice acting. Where did it all start for you? When did you decide, you know what, I could work in an office, but I'm gonna follow an acting career? Where did that all begin?
I don't even think the office job was in sight for me. When I was about 4 years old, my grandmother, Patricia, she loved music and she used to dress me up in her scarves and we would hoover around the house to Grease and we would sing "You're the One That I Want." From like the age of 4, I knew that I wanted
adorable. That is adorable.
Make people smile. And yeah. So it's all thanks to Grandma Pat. Yes.
And so, like, you've been in the theatre, I said 10 years, is that about right?
Yeah, I mean, I professionally, as an adult, about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago. And
yes.
You said you wanted to do it to make people smile. You are, and I could tell this from your Twitter and just seeing you in, like, videos with casts and stuff, you are a very positive person. Like, you are a very happy, extremely smiley kind of person. So, do you think that helps? Like, do you think that helps when it comes to kind of like a career in acting? Is it always best to say optimistic and positive?
I think in life we need to try and be more optimistic about everything. I think there's so much sadness going on at the moment, and I always look on the bright side of life. I'm a half full kind of guy. I think we could be so much worse off. We just have to try and remain positive and see the best out of things, and try and empathize with other people for their behavior as well. If you don't see eye to eye, I suppose. I think if you go into everything with a smile, you can't go wrong, right? People react better to that, and I think I certainly, if I'm in a shop and someone says, "Oh, hello, how are you?" and they smile, I instantly light up. Oh, yes, perfect. Playing field. I know what we're doing. Yes.
Is that how you kind of jump into all auditions, just with like a smile and some jazz hands?
I try to, I try to be. I'm usually shitting myself, but hello and how are you, and just try and think of the bigger picture. Yeah,
definitely. So I mean, it's really weird as I'm talking to you because all I can see is Jerry. You are just Jerry. You are completely Jerry.
Yes,
you are just Jerry. Like, it's almost kind of like, because Jerry in Detroit Become Human was this happy kind of just. He was a positive android. He never had angst like the other characters. He was just very, I'm happy all the time. Hi, I'm frozen to death. That's cool. I'm still happy. Like, that role was kind of made for you. Like, I could see Jerry in you and vice versa. Yeah.
I think the wonderful thing about David Cage and Adam is that they write for their actors, and they really get to know us as people. And I think that makes a big difference when you put a project on, because they know you and they know, right, I'm going to bring that part of Kristopher out and put him into that character, and bring that part of Brian out and put that into Connor, and that part out of Valerie and put that into Cara. And they're just so talented. They're so great. So it helps.
Why did you decide to do the voice acting and mocap stuff? Because obviously you say you're a theatre actor, you're a stage actor, and obviously, like I say, been on TV, been in movies. Where did that come from? Just like, I'm going to start doing voice acting. I'm going to do video games now. Because you've actually done two. You did Detroit Become Human, but you also did voices for The Inpatient as well, didn't you?
Yeah. I always say I will wear a diaper. I will do anything. I I just wanna voice different stories and different characters. It doesn't matter to me what medium that is, whether it's voice acting or stage acting. It's all acting. And if I can, yeah, and if I can tell a story through that channel, then amazing. If it's something I believe in and I really wanna show, then yeah, I'll work in that medium. And it keeps me busy as well, and it keeps it interesting for me. Because I love theater, but when you're on a job for a year and a half, 2 years, it can become really repetitive. And there's something really refreshing about voice work and motion capture and film and TV, where you shoot the scene and then you put it to bed and you move on and you do something different. There's a progression. Where in theater, you live in that 2-hour bubble, you finish the show and then you go back to act 1, scene 1, right? So it's really, it's fun to be able to continue the story through motion capture and TV and film, rather than just through theater.
Was the mocap and voice work for that like separate, or because I've seen the motion capture? It was on the intro. You did the motion capture, but you were speaking your lines as well. So were those two like separate things, or were they recording your voice lines as you were doing the mocap?
So some of it was performance capture, and some of it motion capture. So motion capture is just the body, and then the performance captures with the voice included. And I don't remember. I think I was mic'd, but also the stage, it was heavily mic'd, and it was very quiet on set. So I think sound was also being picked up through the studio as well.
Okay, so I mean, you enjoyed playing Jerry. It was, like I say, obvious that you enjoyed playing Jerry. You were extremely happy playing Jerry. Jerry was a happy character. I love Jerry. Everyone, people love Jerry. We love Jerry. What was your favorite kind of? Who were you most excited to play across all of your career? Like, which character was your favorite of all the performances you've given?
Oh, that's a tough question. So I did a production of The Killing Game at university by Eugene Ionesco, and it is a crazy, absurdist story about this town that gets this virus, and people just start dropping like flies.
Just like real life.
It's incredible. If you haven't read it, please go read it. It is crazy. It is so relevant, and it's just how people react to these situations. Mm-hmm. And I played this character called the Master of the House, and he was this uptight, over the top, foppish character who was so scared of this virus and would come up with the craziest excuses. And it would be, it ended up the evil spirits they're coming in through the walls and through the doors and through the cracks. And he just was crazy. But I loved playing him because I had to find a way to love him, and I had to find a way to empathize with him, even though he's so far removed from who I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I am over the top, I suppose, but he was so crazy. But you have to find empathy for your characters.
Yeah.
And so you just try and find out his story and then how to tell that. So I think for me, that was probably the most exciting role that I've been able to play. Yeah.
So you'd like to play more kind of against type characters in the future, more?
Definitely. Yeah. I think every actor, for me, that I love those challenging roles. I'm an actor. I want to be so far removed from who I am as Kristopher. I mean, Jerry was so great to play, but he's so similar to me, right?
It's you.
Which is wonderful. Yeah. Which is so wonderful. But being an actor, I love to delve into other characters. I mean, I think I did one of the voices of Zlatko's. There's a Jerry who's kind of all mangled,
destroyed,
and and being able to then play that was so exciting because he was not happy and he was not in a good place, and I enjoy playing. Yeah.
You kind of want to play the more darker characters. You kind of want to completely remove yourself from yourself and play twisted characters, dark characters, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love going to the ugly place. Do you know Robert Carlyle, the actor?
Yeah.
He is. Oh my goodness, I am such a fan of his. Not just because he's Scottish and because I live in Scotland, but because he isn't afraid to be ugly, and he isn't afraid to be dark. And you know, a lot of actors like to be pretty and like to look good,
But you want to be real grit. You want to kind of see that. You want to play the
yeah,
gritty side. I like
yes,
that. I
I
love
love
that.
that because it's such a challenge.
Yeah.
And you really have to see and live in the world, and it's just fun to play in those places, I guess. Yeah.
I suppose it's kind of like the defining trait of an actor that you completely remove yourself from who you are as a person because it kind of shows a broad scale. How do you do that in your head? How do you decide, I'm going to really delve into a character? Like, do you do any kind of research? Do you put yourself in a certain mindset, or
I try and do a lot of backstory, and try and really build the character. Who am I? What am I doing? I have my 5 W's.
Go. Let's say the 5 W's.
When I'm teaching, I love to teach students as well. And when I'm working with them, I go, who, what, when, where, why. Who are you? What do you want? When in time are you? What is going on? What's that world like? The world now is very different than it was during Shakespearean time. So how do we act during that time? What does our body do? Where are we in time? And why? Why now? Why is it relevant? Why are we having these conversations now? Why not in 10 minutes? Why not 2 hours ago? Why now? What's happened in this particular moment to spark this conversation?
What's the best advice you were ever given or you could give to somebody else?
Ask the question why. I had this incredible acting teacher. Her name is Rosanna Saracino, and she is the most beautiful soul, but also the most incredible acting teacher. And she instilled in me to always ask why. Why now? Why? Why did you do that? Why did you move your hand like that? Why did you move? Why did you take 2 steps? Why? And it just really makes you think and question. And that's what being an actor is about. And how do you find out who these people are unless you ask these questions? And no matter what it is, it could be the word, it could be a beat between the words. Why did you do that? What's the purpose for that? Everything has a reason. And I think that's also how you find the empathy for the character, because you understand why they did it.
Yeah. So you said Robert Carlyle is kind of a bit of your kind of pinup boy, let's say. Is there anyone that you kind of were inspired by or inspired to be? Or is it just kind of Robert all the way?
Robert all the way. He's just he's amazing. There's so many great actors, but I always he's Raul Esparza. He's a musical theater actor, but he's also in Law and Order, and he's done a lot of Broadway. He's a phenomenal actor. He just lives in the moment.
What about Brian?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, yeah, obviously.
Obviously, he's a phenomenal actor. I feel very lucky to have been surrounded by such a phenomenal cast. I mean, Valerie Curry as well, phenomenal actress. What a beautiful, beautiful soul, and so easy to work with. Actually, it was hard. It was so easy to work with her. But as Jerry being a robot, not being able to give away any emotion, there was one time when we were shooting and I started to cry, and we had to stop because it was like, no, androids, like, I'm not allowed to cry. Jerry doesn't cry. So David was like, no, let's retake that. Don't cry. And I was like, it's so hard. She's such a great actress. I can't not play with her like that. It was really difficult.
Do you remember what scene that was?
Yeah, it was when we were in the camp, one of the camp scenes.
Oh, okay. The camp scenes when you were kind of, you were just like a metallic body kind of thing. Is that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I know exactly which scene you're talking about.
And she was just, giving this epic performance that I was so like moved, and I was like, no, I can't.
I can't be moved. I am an android. I'm an android sent by Cyberlife, and we do not cry.
No, we don't. But she's just amazing. Yeah.
What would you say to those who are trying to do stage work, theatrical work, or voice acting? What kind of positive message could you push out to them to allow them to go for it, continue with it? Because it must be kind of hard. There are people who do stage work and then it kind of doesn't go any further, or acting's a hard deal for some people. What advice would you give to those people?
keep going. Keep going. There is work for everyone. There are stories to be told by everyone. Just keep going. You will hear no all the time. And that is part of the job. It's part of the job. It can be horrible at times, but just, there is work for everyone, and we want to work with everyone. Yeah.
And learning to how to handle with rejection and stuff like that, but don't let it beat you down. Keep going, always try. Nothing is going to last forever.
Always. Well, and it's so much of it is not about the actor. And I think so many of us can take it so personally because we're exposing ourselves, and to hear no and to hear rejection, it's hard. And most of the time it has nothing to do with your ability. There are so many other factors going on that we, the actor, are not privy to. And so you just have to put it to bed, audition and put it to bed, go do something else, go on to the next audition. Keep going.
Kristopher, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a delight. It has been honestly a delight. Are you working, obviously with the coronavirus, it's somewhat difficult, but are you working on anything currently or possibly in the future?
Yes, couple things in the works. So watch this space. Have a wonderful day, and thank you again for having me, and it's been a pleasure.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. See you soon.
Kristopher Bosch, everyone. What a positive and optimistic person, and I think we can take away the message he gave about just keep going, don't give up. Doesn't matter whether you're a cosplayer, an actor, a streamer, a content creator. Don't give up. Just keep trying. Not everything is going to work out. There are going to be projects that are going to go sideways, but if you just keep going, then eventually everything will work out in your favor. And I think that kind of determination is something that we can all take on board with any kind of creative endeavor we do, any kind of career path we take. Just don't give up. It's a simple message, but I think it's a powerful one. And again, Kristopher, thank you so much for joining, and thank you guys so much for watching or listening to this episode of Say Hello Internet. Thank you again, guys, so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. See you in the next episode. Bye. Pew pew.